Morning all, hope you're all well. So I've decided to do another segment of this channel called The Walking Dad. Basically talking about the world through my eyes and what's happened this week or anything what is going through my mind. Now this week I posted a video on TikTok about being surrounded by toxicity and not being scared to cut that off for your own mental health. I also talked about the "ooh, you've changed" attitude, which what people need to realise, especially over the last 5 years, that life's changed. Everything's changed. The way we socialise has changed. The way the world has changed. People are just so busy now. And life just life's, like I tried to explain. You get caught up, especially such as myself, with 3 kids and my wife, juggling 2 jobs. Obviously I work part-time for a motor parts company, and then I've got my own business in the afternoon. So yeah, you've got stresses of things like that. And then people just get arsey, think that you've changed. No, we're just busy. And it's not personal against you unless things have changed. Yeah, I think you just outgrow people. Yeah, I just think you just outgrow people and situations. I don't treat people badly. I treat them accordingly. So if I do feel like you've upset me in any way, I'll distance myself. And I try to explain this to people when I say it's like shutting a door. So that episode or that trust has happened. If you've upset me, I'm not a naturally nasty person. I know I'm not, and I've got a very good heart. I don't just shut people off willy-nilly. There's got to be some reason behind it, and I'm not scared to lie. And I'm not scared to talk to people about it. If you want to come and approach me, if you think things have changed, I will do that. I have got a backbone. Probably too much of a backbone sometimes. And you know what? Most of this video probably won't go in, but this is just me from the heart. Expressing my feelings. I've got a small circle at the minute, very small circle. Used to have lots of friends. I think you realise the older you get, they're just acquaintances. You just get used for their satisfaction. So yeah, you only seem to hear from them when they need something. But if you're such as myself, you wouldn't reach out for help. So yeah, hard one. I feel the world in general has changed since COVID. It made us realise a lot of things. Obviously we were self-isolating, and that is obviously 5 years ago now, but yeah, we were self-isolating. Made us realise we didn't really need a lot of things what we thought we need, what we thought were crucial and essential. So yeah, learnt us how to survive. I genuinely do believe in keeping circles small, because with more people becomes more problems. I've always said the same in jobs, in businesses and things like that. The bigger they are, the more problems you get. You lose all that personal touch. So currently I'm 44, and I think for 34th year, my New Year's resolution is going to be self-development. I think working on my weak areas is going to be a thing for 2026. I want to try and push Edge Sportswear, and that is obviously the full-time dream to have my own business and be fully self-employed. But we're currently building, and as we know with any business, unless you've just got that absolutely unique niche what nobody else is doing, then things take time to build. So Edge has been in the background of everything I've done for at least 2 years, and this year has been a very good year. Currently I'm servicing 24% of all Barnsley Sunday League teams, and I'm going to be aiming for children's grassroots football, which obviously they're growing and developing every year, so the need for kit for them is going to be quite the beneficial, not beneficial is not the word, quite the lucrative market. So yeah, 2026, working on myself, working on Edge. I've started this week, as I do most times. I've popped a bit of weight on it last 3 or 4 months. I think just comfort eating. So we're just working on that. Weekends are my problem, by the way. Comes to Friday. Yeah, and we just think, it's weekend. So I've got to try and get that balance. So we have a takeaway on a Saturday night, then a roast on a Sunday, bloated by Monday, and then it's eat, sleep, rave, repeat again for that following week. Gone completely off topic, but that's the ADHD. At least I've not been diagnosed with it yet, but I'm sure I have. Got a very busy mind. And one of the big things I have realised is people only reach out when they need you. They don't genuinely reach out to see if you're okay, or see things, how your week's going or your days are going. Or I never really ask for help. I'll always try and manage or struggle, which I have done most of my adult life. I don't know, I just think I've learnt to do that. And as I try and preach to people, but I don't think they really understand, they take it personal, is that your priority is not my priority, and my priority is not your priority. But people seem to be offended by that, but it's so true. We have it at work all the time where, oh, I've got to get this done because this customer's going to Scotland in morning. Hang on, that problem hasn't just happened. That problem's been happening quite a while. So due to your procrastination, or the customer's procrastination, it's now become my problem. And I really don't want to sound a dick when I'm saying that, but it's so true. And I've done things like that in the past, but that's my fault, that's on me. So I'm not going to push my problems onto anybody else. 5 things I've learned over the last 5 years. Number 1, money is not everything. And I'm not talking like I'm a millionaire, because I'm far from a millionaire. But money does not rule the world. It's nice to have it, and people strive for it, but your health, there's not a price on your health, especially your mental health. Number 2, don't be scared to treat people like they treat you. And that's not me being a dickhead. That is just me treating people fairly. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, if people only ring you when you're beneficial to them, role reverse it. Do exactly the same to them, because you're just an acquaintance, you're not a friend. And I don't mean anybody what's not reached out in the last 2 months just to can them off. What I mean is, if they've not spoke to you for 2 months and they call up and said, you know what, I've been thinking about you, how are you doing? They're your people. They're your people, what you need in your circle. Because like I said, we're all lifing, we're all just getting on with it. Number 3, don't be scared to be selfish in a positive way. If something's not working for you, don't do it. I'm very guilty of being that. I can do that for you with no reward. Do you know what? If you're not getting rewarded for it, or it's not part of a bigger picture, what is beneficial to you or your family, don't do it. You're putting pressure on yourself for no reason, going above and beyond. When anything happens to you, you'll be replaced within a flash. Number 4, keep your priorities in touching distance. Don't lose track of that. As kids grow up really fast, time is just flying. Weeks are just going by really quickly, so we can easily lose track of that. Number 5, and most importantly, slow down. Slow down. Stop with the burnout. COVID burnt me out. COVID burnt me out, and I realised, nah, I didn't at time. So I worked at a company where we had 20 members of staff, and we went down to 4. Was I any better thought of? Probably at the time. Did you ever get the recognition? No, definitely not. Did you ever get a thank you? No. I left that company 18 months ago. Did I get any email or phone call thanking me for my service or anything I'd done for keeping the company going during COVID? No. No, definitely not. Very disappointing for what I'd done, but it is what it is. Me now, so this is me now giving you the heads up to prepare for disappointment. It's not on a morbid level, but don't expect anything from anyone. Stop going above and beyond when you get no thanks for it. When things are getting too much, slow down. Check your job descriptions. Do what is expected of you, but stop going above and beyond. If things are failing, let them fail. That is not on you. Let managers manage. It's what they're paid to do. Do you know what? Another thing, I'm going to have a rant about this. I'm sick of trying to do good things, and people are so selfish. So last year I started a little bit of a sideline, Brave Face Apparel. What my intention of that were, obviously first and foremost, to try and raise a bit of money for mental health charities. 10-20% of profits were going to go to mental health charities. And you know what? Nobody were bothered. Nobody wants to help. The people what you expect to try and push your little franchises and your businesses and your ideas, nowhere to be seen. This year, under Edge Sports, where I've tried to push Grassroots Hero, so recognising people within your club, what go in, day out, what give up a lot of time and effort for free. So people at local clubs what go above and beyond, and don't forget these are volunteers what do it for free. Nobody's interested. Nobody's interested. So we do live in a very, very selfish world. Sad. It's really sad. I think that's why we've got problems such as littering, and the streets are a mess. Because let's be honest, it's not their job, is it? Somebody's got to pick it up. It's not on them. So yeah, the only word I can describe it is